As we step into the energy of December the 18th through to the 24th, a week that is steeped with enchantment of the holidays, marked by the celestial dance of the winter solstice. Let's take a moment to appreciate the beauty of this transformative season. Many of you are likely immersed in the final preparations, the joyous gatherings, and the anticipation of the holidays that are rolling out over this week and next. And in the heart of this week, on the 22nd, we embrace the winter solstice, a pause where we experience the shortest day and the longest night of the year, knowing that our daylight begins to grow and our hope is reborn. It's a powerful time for reflection, for setting intentions, as we welcome in the return of the light in our lives. I'm truly grateful to have you here sharing this cosmic journey. So let's infuse our days with the magic of the season and the transformative energy of the solstice. Whether you're indulging in the festive traditions or finding solace in quiet moments, the universe is aligning to make this week a tapestry of positive vibrations for you. So join me as we navigate the cosmic currents from December the 18th through to the 24th. Let's turn to the cards. I'm eager to share my insights with you, offer guidance, and a sprinkle of a little extra stardust on your holiday celebrations. I'm wishing you joy and magic in the week ahead. This is a week to embrace the magic. Welcome, Capricorn. This is your weekly focus, December the 18th through to the 24th, 2023. I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly, and thanks for being here. Thanks for all of the love and all of the support you send me each and every day. And let's turn right to the cards and find out what they need to tell us. Now, the sun is going into Capricorn this week, your sign, so happy birthday. I know I'm saying that ahead of schedule, but not many days ahead of schedule. So it is turning into the Capricorn party. It is all about you. It is all about your energy. We know that just because the sun is finally moving into Capricorn. Okay. See what we got happening here for us. Our underlying energy is, look at this, the Three of Pentacles. Slow and steady wins the race. This is taking the time. This is taking the time to develop our path in a way that every step is the right step the first time around. This is when we're sure of it, that's where we're going to apply the paint. We're not going to paint and hope that it's going to turn out all right. We're going to imagine it in our mind. We're going to see that picture, and then we're going to go forward and we're going to create that picture exactly as we saw it in our minds or better. So this is about your path forward and creating your path forward. For you, it might be work, career. It could be your health, your well-being, a relationship. And regardless of where you are putting that energy, where you are looking, you need to understand that it's one brush stroke at a time. And that's all that's required. That's all that's necessary. And that gives you more than ample time to easily walk your path with a beautiful flow. Our first card is, look at this, the Page of Pentacles. This is about dreaming it big. This is about your best life ever. What would it look like? What would it entail? What are you doing? What needs to happen in order for you to get to that point in time? Now, we don't want to look at all the little details. We won't see a lot of the little details. It's more about the big picture right now. It's about imagining your happily ever after. It's about imagining your best life ever. It's about seeing yourself with a smile on your face. It's about seeing yourself dancing down the streets. It's about seeing yourself successful, having the abundance that you want in your life around you, the people you want around you. This is imagining that you've got it all, that you do get the cake and eat it too. We have the Hermit. So not so fast. The Hermit says, whoa, let's wait a minute. The Hermit is about the here and now. The Hermit is, yes, looking towards the future, But like the hermit would go into a cave or into the desert. They'd sit in quiet contemplation. They would think about where they're at, what they have around them to utilize now, in the now, in order to start moving themselves forward. And what does forward mean? Where are they going? Where are they destined for? This is the time of making a plan. This is the time of starting to look at a little bit of the strategy that is going to be needed. It's only when those things happen that the hermit feels confident in their next several footsteps, and they emerge out of the cave, they emerge out of the desert, and then they go forward. You need to be the hermit as well. It's not so much what you've done in the past here, it's what is in the present that you can utilize to propel yourself into your future. Our third card is the Eight of Swords. In some way, in some form, you feel like you haven't been able to go forward. But I think you may come to the realization that you actually placed that glass ceiling in place for yourself. Maybe it was a fear and anxiety. Maybe you allowed somebody else to impose their glass ceiling where your ceiling was. Are you allowed them to place the glass ceiling there by listening to their words, and their words was probably opinion over knowing what they were talking about, but you took it and you carved it into stone and you've been living by it, and in some way you felt like, I can't go forward because of this is holding me back, this is standing in my way. If it weren't for this, I could do that. If it weren't for that, I could do this. You come at some point to the realization this week, it's almost like you realize your hands are free. You're trapped here. You're in a cage of swords. You don't think you can go anywhere. You think that you were confined, that you're being pushed back, but you realize your hands are free. And when you realize your hands are free, you rip the blindfold off and you see that you're not trapped in the least, that there is a way forward. So maybe it's thinking outside the box. It's looking at an old problem with a new perception. But you understand that you can actually go forward here. That you're more than capable of stepping into whatever it is that you desire. The fear dissipates, or the anxiety lessens, or you gain a greater belief in yourself and your talents and your abilities. For work and career, we have the Four of Pentacles. Okay, you're not going to move forward if you hold on to yesterday. Okay, it's like you work on the 3rd floor, but you want to work on the 10th. But you're not about to give up your friends on the 3rd floor. So if it means that you can't work from your desk on the 3rd floor, then you're not going to go for it. And it's actually holding you back. Not allowing those relationships to evolve into the relationships they must be. You'll always remain friends with somebody on the 3rd floor. Other people, there'll be a separation. You won't see them as much, but the people that matter in your life will be there beside you. You can go to the 10th floor. So don't use them as the excuse. What are you using as the excuse on why you can't take that step forward? Maybe you have young children and you want to be there and you don't want to put more on your plate, because that would mean that you don't see your children as much and you want to be there for those steps. Or, maybe, you've got a job that is opening up to you, but you don't want to leave the job you're in, or you don't want to leave some of the, maybe you've been unemployed for a while and you kind of like the comforts of being unemployed, working for yourself, but those money streams are kind of drying up and you need to get out there and work, but I don't want to give this up, and someone's going to tell me when I got to wake up and when I have to be there and when I can sit down and when I can go home and when I can eat, and I don't know if I can handle that stuff anymore. And so, but now you're in a place where you're giving up too much of the things that make life so grand by not having the money to support yourself properly because you refuse to go for that job because you don't want to give up this. It's this kind of stuff. You're holding on to something. And that something that you're holding on to prevents you from really standing up, twirling around and seeing that giant pentacle, which is the gate towards your tomorrow, guarded by angels, standing between two pillars full of strength. So it's time to let some things go, even if it's on a temporary basis, to at least try to move forward in a different direction, in a new direction, to feel it out. So maybe you don't have to get a 40-hour-a-week job. You can still be at home 20 hours a week and find a job for 20 hours, ease your way in. Maybe you can do some special assignments on the 10th floor to kind of climatize yourself with some of the people and see if you really fit in, and it'll be something worth going after. For love and relationships, we've got the Knight of Pentacles. You know what? Go in the flow. Put a little bit more trust into the relationship right now. This is really about trusting your instincts, trusting your gut, especially if you're hearing, gossip and whatnot, or you're kind of getting that indication that there's something wrong. I don't really think in the majority of relationships right now that you'll find anything wrong, but it's about having a trust in that person, a trust in yourself. It's about just being there. If you are in the dating scene, you could just, you walk into the crowded room and your eyes meet across the room, and it's instant love or something. I mean, these kind of things happen when you're just out there and you're going with the flow. You could easily walk right into your new best friend, your significant other, the person that's going to walk your journey with you for many years to come. If you're in a relationship, it's a little bit more about building the trust factor. It's a little bit more about believing in each other and strengthening the relationship through letting them know that they matter, letting them know that you wouldn't be where you are without them. But it goes two ways. There's some kind of, I don't know. It's like, because we're doing a collective reading here, so it makes it that much harder. But there's some kind of trust, or maybe something happens and you question them on something, and this card is saying it's probably nothing here. Go with the flow a little bit and just don't react so much to it. Don't feel like you have to control the situation or control the relationship right now. To just let it go more with the flow and see what happens and what evolves when you do just let it happen. Clear as mud? Okay. Spirituality. Look at this. You got the Magician. See it in your mind, put it out there to the universe, and expect it to show up exactly as you planned it, exactly as you saw it, or better. I can't put it any simpler than that. Through meditation, through prayer, through contemplation with yourself, as you're taking that walk through nature and grounding yourself, or that walk along the lake or the ocean. And to think about what you want, and to get a strong vision of you in your best life ever, and then putting it up there to God, your angels, the universe, source, your higher self, and then start working towards it. Obviously you're going to show up and you're going to do the work, but then it's not like I hope this works. It's like I know this is going to work, and it's going to show up exactly as I saw it, or better. Health, well-being, we've got the Hierophant. You are a temple. And so treat yourself as such. Body, mind, spirit. Take time for you. Take time to relax. Take time to put yourself as the priority. Take time to laugh, to smile, to giggle, to find those moments for happiness and joy and celebration and laughter, to be there as a constant in your life. This is about honoring yourself. You wouldn't starve yourself or starve somebody you love all day and then just feed them a couple of breadcrumbs at night. But yet you probably go on certain days where you're just going through the entire day and you eat nothing, and then it's like, oh, I better eat something, and then you just throw something in your mouth just to make that tummy feel full until you can finally get to a table and eat a real meal, which might be days away. So it's about saying, no, I've got to stop. I'm going to get a salad, or I'm going to get this, I'm going to get that, I'm going to take care of me, and putting yourself as a priority, honoring yourself, taking time out for rest, recuperation, relaxation. Even if you're extremely busy, you can fill the bathtub with bubbles, pour a glass of wine for yourself, light a couple of beautiful scented candles, and just sit there for 10 minutes. Okay, back to life. But at least you've taken some time out for you, and that's important for your overall health and well-being this week. Let's go to a Circle of Doors tarot card. Now this takes tarot to a whole different depth. So we're going to refer to the book. Beautiful deck. And let's see what your card is. And it is the Maga, I always say that wrong, Maga of Knives, the heroine. Now, male or female, we're talking the heroine within you, the hero within you. Okay. There's the maiden. There's the crone. We're getting everything. The mother, the Magna. Okay, so the Maga of Knives, the Maga is the queen. And I'm just stumbling over my words to prove that I'm AI, or I'm not AI. AI would never do that. I have waited for you to turn away from the sugary fantasies. Do you now dare to step inside the greatest secret? Will you turn your throat to white hot steel and cut through the final illusion? The heroine. She is the master hunter who guides us out of the dark forests of ignorance, leading us to walk along forgotten paths of knowledge and drink from the forbidden springs of insight. She always knows the way home, for she has journeyed past mountains and oceans we've only dreamed of. The wisdom of the Maga of Knives is a hard-won wisdom, for she has lived a life of constant seeking and questioning, always reaching for the larger, more complete vision. Her knowledge weaves a tapestry of wonder and discovery, daring us to yearn for newer horizons. So ask yourself, which of your deepest truths are the most dangerous to the craven and corrupt? What can you do to liberate your people from deception and confusion? And which lines of questioning lead you to the grandest vistas of awe? Your affirmations for the week are: I transform forgetfulness into remembrance. I seek the truth that will set us free. I am the shining beacon of wisdom. And knowledge is power. And if you like what I do here and you want to make sure you don't miss anything that I put out, then subscribe, ring the bell, leave a thumbs up, and until we meet again, remember, I do love you.